bricks for another episode of Building Gotham City in Lego. And in the last update we prototyped our second train line, which is going to be up the top here, raised up the flat iron yet again and did the fascia underneath it and along the side there. And also we put these mills plates all ready for the road and pavements to go on, and made the mills plate for the GCPD that a little bit smaller. In this update we're going to be concentrating on the building which is going to be going here where the sanctum is, and ideally I'd like it to come up to around about this height here. And I'm going to have a look at a few of the modular buildings that have been produced in the last 15 years or so, and see if I can get any inspiration and ideas for what we're going to do with that. So let's get a mills plate all set up and then we can make a start on the building. And here is the start of the modular building that will be going next to the flat iron. And this is going to be a restaurant or a bar, and then to the side here where this door is going to be some stairs which are going to lead up to apartments. Along here I'm going to put some tables and chairs, and there'll be arches going over these windows along this side and possibly along this one as well. If I do that I'm going to need to push that back, so I just need to work out all of the spacing. So there'll be a wall on it going along here. Then, as I said, the stairs will go up to the next floor, and along this part here will be an alleyway. And once I've built the next modular building which will go there, there'll be another alleyway which will go along there to join the two up. So this building will be like a standalone building. So let's carry on building this up and we'll check back in once we've made a little bit more progress. Here is the start of the fascia on the lower floor of the modular building we're creating here. And as you can see, the designs are heavily inspired by a couple of the previous modular sets that have been released, such as the Grand Emporium and Assembly Square. But I am going to try and put my own spin on there as well, like with the masonry bricks in the middle there. But also the overall style will be different. I am getting ridiculously low on these pieces just here, which I'm using for the end parts. So I do need to find out some more of them. At the back there, I'm putting a doorway, and that's going to lead into a bathroom area. And I'm also going to build a bar across this section here. But I want to try and get as much of the interior done with like the floor and bits and pieces like that, so it's a lot less sort of like fiddly further down the line. So let's carry on doing those parts and see what it looks like. And that's as far as I can go on the ground floor with the exterior side of it. Just need to find out a load more of these to go just on this part here and here. Put a door on, put the glass in, and that's it, job done. The interior, still haven't decided 100% how that's going to go just yet, but it's just nice to have the base structure all done. Now I've made the next floor up already, so that's all good to go. The only thing I do need to do is put a hole in there where the top of the stairs go. So let's do that part. And here we have the start of the first floor, and I thought I would just check that the colours go well with the surrounding areas, and it does go very well next to the flat iron building. So I'm going to carry on building that up now and get another couple of floors on and then see how it's looking. With the interior side I'm going to put the walls in, but again I probably won't put the actual full details in just yet. And on the front bit here I'm going to have a little balcony area. So let's take this back to the table and carry on building. I've made a couple of modifications to the corner of this building here. So it's now got windows on both sides there, as opposed to a door going diagonally across. And I think I'm preferring having it in that sort of style. However, the window sections here look too similar to this over here. It is exactly the same in effect, just in different colours, and the pillars being slightly different. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the next floor up in a different style and then see which style I prefer. So I'm also going to make it so it's one stud longer that way and also this way, so it covers up the pillars that are coming up on the side there. So get some plates out, build up the new floor, do the design, and then we'll check back in and show you the two different ones and then make a decision on which way we go forward. And here is the second option for the floors above, and I am preferring the look of the brickwork on this one. Not having the bits protruding on there I think is probably going to be the best way forward for this building. This is, after all, just going to be like an apartment block, so it doesn't need to have anything spectacular looking on there. And I think there's enough character on the ground floor that it can get away with it. What I will be doing is changing these light bluish grey masonry bricks over to just smooth dark bluish grey bricks, and also putting a fifth window in along here, so the windows be spread out the same as on the end there. So what I'm going to do now is amend this wall accordingly, so I've got the extra windows in there, and then destroy all the brickwork on here and repeat that process and build that floor up. So let's get to it and we'll see how it looks once we've done so. And there is the revised first floor on the apartment block. And I've gone for a large window on the end here, and I'm going to put a fire escape just outside of that eventually. And with this part here, it's 2 studs wide. And again, I'll just put some additional details on here, whether it's like cheese wedges or a change in the tiles, just to break it up a little bit, because it is a very plain wall as it is at the present. But we're just going to keep repeating that all the way up now and see how it looks. So let's carry on building. And there we have 3 floors all built up, and really liking the colour of this. I'm glad I changed this over to the dark bluish grey. I think it matches obviously the bottom section here really well. And the good thing with this building is it's not too fancy, but it's not dull either. I am going to change out a couple of the bricks here for some plates and put a few splashes of dark orange in, as well, as I think that will just break up the brickwork just a little bit without overdoing it. And yeah, that's all looking good. One thing I am going to have to do is put some plates around the centre of each floor, and the reason for that, as you can see, is the same old problem with 2x bricks. If you do a whole wall of it, it just doesn't like to work very well with the plates on the top. And as you can see, this entire section around the back here is all, or it certainly is up here, is the 2x2 bricks. I've got a big panel in there. I don't know if that's helping the bottom floor, because there's no trouble at all there. However, this just every now and again you just see the problem with that. And again on the back here, no problem at all. And it's because, again, we've got these large panels in here, which I've used those purely because you're not going to see the back of it. But yeah, there it is. So what we're going to do now, just going to place it into the city and show you what it looks like. And here we have the building placed in the city, and I love how it looks next to the Flatiron building. I think the colour goes well together, and also the design of it being like a little bit plainer also looks really good as well. The part down the bottom, the restaurant, again, once that's all sorted out with the pavement and the terrace on there with the table and chairs, I think it's going to look good. One thing I don't like is how it sticks out just on the edge here. And what I am going to do is I'm going to push the whole building back so it's more in line with it, like so. Now what that's going to involve doing is sorting out the bottom floor. So I'm going to need to peel it off of the base plate and then move it back by 3 or 4 studs, which is not a problem because I have got the studs available on the back there. which was originally going to be an alleyway, and I was going to have a fire escape down the back. However, I'm going to do away with having the fire escape there. It's actually going to be going on the front, in front of the windows, which is one of the other reasons I put the square window on there as well. I thought that would look okay. So that's just one thing I am going to need to do. The other thing I want to do is I do want to carry on building up with this. So as I find the bricks out and the pieces, the plates, etc., I will build another floor on here, and then I'll possibly do a penthouse as well, or a rooftop garden or something. And I would like to make this building, one of the apartments in here, one of the main characters. So whether that's like Selena Kyle, or I could even do it as Poison Ivy and have all of our plants taken over the rooftop, which I think might look quite cool to have a burst of colour just there. I think that might look good as well. But yeah, really pleased with the this building, how it's come on, and particularly the bottom part. Still need to get a load of parts in, so I'm missing several pieces down here. But yeah, really happy with it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this update. If you have, please give us a big thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future content on the channel. And please show your family and friends. Anyway, thanks for walking on by. See you next time. Bye for now.